It's our tradition to begin a retreat with chanting, with some chanting. So the monastics are invited to come up and offer a chant. We are invited to participate in the practice. You don't have to chant, but we can practice mindfulness of listening. There is a tension and pain in our body. If only we know how to relax, to allow our body to release the tension. We open up our mind and our body, and then the energy, the collective energy will penetrate into us and remove the tension, bring a relief to our pain, our suffering in the body. We don't have to do much. We just bring our mind back to our body to become fully present in the here and the now, and allow our body to be there, to receive the energy. If we have pain and sorrow and fear and anger in our mind, in our heart, it is possible for us to open the door of our heart so that the collective energy of the community can penetrate and to bring relief to our sorrow, our fear, our anger, our frustration. And 10 minutes of listening like that can make a big difference. And if you have someone who is very close, very dear to you, who under this very moment suffers a lot, but could not come, and then you can send this collective energy to him or to her by just thinking of him, thinking of her, calling them by their name, and then tonight the energy will be channeled to him or to her. It's very quick, but the essential of the practice is to really be there in the here and the now, and allow the energy of compassion, of mindfulness to penetrate to us, and then that will have an effect of healing, transformation. And we can also, like a radio station, we can send that energy to anyone who need it. The people are victims of Katrina. They need very much that kind of energy. So let us remember to send that energy of healing and transformation to all of them. More than 10,000 of them have perished, and about 100,000 are still missing. So they very much need our mindfulness, our attention, our compassion, and we can very well send this energy to them.
the day be well, and the night be well. May the every second. May the day and night be well. By the blessing of the triple gem, may all things be protected and safe. May all beings born in each of the four ways live in the land of purity. May all in the three realms be born upon lotus thrones. May countless wandering souls realize the three virtuous positions of the Bodhisattva path. May all living beings with grace and ease fulfill the Bodhisattva stages. The countenance of the world honored one, like a
Good evening, dear friends. Today is September the 14th in the year 2005. We are in the Deer Park Monastery for our retreat for people of colors. The purpose of the retreat is to learn how to release the tension in our body, in our feelings, in our emotions, to allow our body and mind to have a chance to restore themselves, to facilitate the process of healing. Also to learn to look deeply at our own suffering and the suffering of the world, so that we may identify the roots of that suffering. And understanding suffering is very important, because it will bring understanding of suffering will bring compassion, acceptance, and reconciliation. With more freshness, more peace, more solidity and freedom within, we will be able to help transform our family, restore communication, dialogue, and peace and love in the family, which is very important for building our community. We begin with ourselves, and then we can help our family, and finally we can help build a community that would be a better environment for us and for our children. And we hope that during this retreat we shall practice in order to master these practices, and so that we can continue the practice when we go home to our hometown. I would like to speak first about how to release the tension in the body. Every time we bring attention to our breathing, and breathe in and out, well, we practice mindful breathing. In our daily life we breathe, but we are not aware that we are breathing in and out. So the practice is to bring our attention to our in-breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. The practice is very simple, but the effect can be very great. In our daily life, very often our body is there, but our mind is elsewhere. It may wander in the past, wander in the future, caught in our projects, our jealousy, our anger, and our mind is very seldom with our body. So paying attention to your in-breath and out-breath, you bring your mind back to your body. And suddenly you are there, fully present in the here and the now. Just bring our mind back to our breathing. In the beginning, we may notice that our breathing is poor in quality. It's short, not having enough calm, because the breath is the outcome of our body and feelings. If our body has a lot of tension or a lot of pain, our feelings are painful, and then our breath will be affected. That is why when we bring our attention to our breath, we breathe mindfully, we bring the spiritual dimension to our breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I smile to my in-breath. Breathing out, I smile to my out-breath. It's like using the energy of mindfulness to identify our breath and to embrace it tenderly. Mindfulness is the capacity to know what is going on. And what is going on is you are breathing in, that you are breathing out. And while breathing in, breathing out mindfully, you generate a kind of energy called mindfulness of breathing. Mindfulness of breathing, that energy will identify your in-breath, your out-breath, and embrace your in-breath and out-breath. It's like a mother going home to her child and embrace her child tenderly into her arms. So mindfulness of breathing, there is mind and there is breath. Mindfulness of breathing is to use your mind in order to identify your in-breath, out-breath, and to embrace it tenderly. And you'll be surprised to see that after 1 or 2 minutes, the quality of your breathing will increase. Your breathing now, your in-breath now has become deeper. Your out-breath become slower. And it is more peaceful, more harmonious now after a few minutes of breathing. Because there is an intervention of a kind of energy into your breath, and that energy is called mindfulness. Mindfulness of breathing is our practice. We don't have to force our breath. If our in-breath is short, let it be short. If it is not very peaceful, let it be like that. We don't try to intervene and to force it, to bend it, to work on it. We don't work on our breath. We just become aware of it. And after some time, the quality of our in-breath and out-breath will change, will be improved naturally. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I enjoy my in-breath. Breathing out, I enjoy my out-breath. Because breathing is enjoyable. Someone who is already dead cannot breathe in and breathe out. We are not dead, we are alive. So we enjoy our breathing in and our breathing out. And if you enjoy like that, the quality of your in-breath and out-breath will be increased very soon. Breathing in, I notice that my in-breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. It means that you have brought the element of peace into your breath. And breathing now, in and out, whether you are in a sitting position, standing position, or lying position, breathing become a pleasure. Because in the breathing there is peace. And then when you notice that your in-breath and out-breath has become more peaceful, deeper, slower, and then you can offer that peace, that calm, that harmony to your body. And the exercise is like this: breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Using the energy of mindfulness in order to recognize your body is very important. Because in our daily life we just neglect, ignore our body. Now we come home to our body and recognize it as existing, and trying to make an acquaintance with it, to make friends with our own body. Breathing in, I am aware of my body. I'm breathing out, I smile to my body. Breathing in, I am aware of my body. Breathing out, I allow my body to release the tension in it. And that is the process. And these exercises have been proposed by the Buddha himself. The first exercise, breathing in, I know this is my in-breath. Breathing out, I know this is my out-breath. The second exercise, breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way through. Breathing out, I follow my out-breath all the way through. And if you follow your in-breath and out-breath all the way through, your mind is no longer thinking. Your mind has stopped all thinking. Stop thinking altogether. And your mind has a chance to rest. Because in our daily life we think too much. So this is wonderful to stop the thinking and to allow our mind a chance to stop thinking. Because breathing in, I know this is my in-breath, is not a thought. This is only an awareness that something is happening. And something is happening is you are breathing in. And that is not thinking. You don't have to make a cerebral effort at all. You just become aware that you are breathing in, you are breathing out. And that is something enjoyable too. That's not hard work. It's so pleasant. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know this is my in-breath. This is breathing out, I know this is my out-breath. That is a child game to identify the in-breath as the in-breath. To identify the out-breath as out-breath. Everyone can do, even a child. And if you want to be sure, you put your right or left hand on your belly, and you notice that when you breathe in, your stomach is rising, and when you breathe out, your stomach is falling. Rising, falling, especially in the lying position. You are aware of your in-breath. You are completely aware of your in-breath. You are aware of your in-breath from the beginning to the end. You are aware of your out-breath from the beginning to the end. And by breathing like that, you enjoy breathing and you stop your thinking. Stopping the thinking is a very important practice. You don't think anymore of the past, of the future, of your projects, of your suffering. You just enjoy breathing in and out. And this is possible in the lying position, in a sitting position, also in a walking position. And later on, after you have been able to offer that peace, that harmony into your body, helping your body to release the tension, and then you can identify your feeling and your emotions. Breathing in, I'm aware of that feeling in me, of the painful feeling in me. Breathing out, I smile to the painful feeling in me. So there is a painful feeling, but there is mindfulness that serves like a mother embracing the feeling tenderly. And mindfulness is always mindfulness of something. When you breathe mindfully, that is mindfulness of breathing. When you walk mindfully, mindfulness of walking. When you drink mindfully, mindfulness of drinking. When you are mindful of your feelings, that's mindfulness of feeling. And mindfulness can intervene in every physical and mental event in order to bring recognition and to bring relief. And mindfulness can do more than that. And in a practice center, the main thing the people do every day is to generate energy of mindfulness in every moment of their life. Why? When they drive mindfully. When they cook mindfully. When they sweep the floor, they sweep mindfully. Everything should be done mindfully, because that is the difference between the people in a practice center and the people who are not in a practice center. They try to do everything in mindfulness, and they can enjoy that too. When you water the vegetable garden, you water the vegetable in such a way that during the time of watering, you feel peaceful, you feel mindful, you feel happy. The same thing is possible when you drive a car or when you make your breakfast. It is possible to make breakfast mindfully and enjoy every minute of breakfast making. And that needs a little bit of training that brings joy and peace. And in a retreat center, sometimes you forget, especially when you are beginners. So you hear, every time you hear the bell, we call it the bell of mindfulness. And when you hear the bell, you are reminded to go home to your in-breath and out-breath, to your mindful walking, carrot cutting. Because when you cut the carrot, you would like to cut the carrot mindfully and enjoy cutting carrot. Everything is done in mindfulness. So the bell mindfulness help us in the case we forget. If I go to the kitchen and see you cutting carrot, I might like to ask, my dear friend, what are you doing there? And I don't like you to answer, dear Thai, I'm cutting carrot. Because that is very obvious. I have eyes still in good condition, I can see you cutting carrots. The better answer is, you just look at me and smile. Or you say, Thai, I'm breathing in and out mindfully. I am enjoying cutting carrots. That's the good answers. But to say that I cutting carrot is not a good answer at all. So my visit to the kitchen is a kind of bell of mindfulness. And during the 4 days of the retreat, from time to time we hear the bell, the big bell, the middle bell, the small bell, and the mini bell. Every time we hear the bell, we always stop thinking, stop talking, and go home to our breathing and enjoy breathing in, breathing out. Listen, I listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. My true home is in the here and the now. According to the practice, life is available only in the present moment. The past is gone. The future is not yet there. And if our mind is caught in the past all the time, the past becomes a prison. If our mind keeps thinking, worrying, fearful of the future, the future becomes a prison. And that is why mindful breathing helps to bring our mind home to the present moment, so that body and mind together we can be established fully in the here and the now. And it is only in the here and the now that we can get in touch with the wonders of life that are available in the present moment. If you want to get in touch with the blue sky, the beautiful mountains, the moon, the rivers, the lovely face of your child, and then you have to be there in the here and the now. They do not exist in the future, in the past. They exist only in the present moment. If you want to touch the kingdom of God, Go home to the present moment, because it is only in the present moment that the kingdom of God is available. If you want to step into the pure land of the Buddha, it is in the present moment that you can do so. And therefore, everything we are looking for should be looked for in the present moment. It is the teaching of the Buddha. It is possible to live deeply and happily in the present moment. The past is gone. The future is not yet there. You have only one moment to live. That is the present moment. It's very clear. It's very simple. And that is why every breath, every step should bring you home to the present moment. Because the present moment, the here and the now, is the true, the address of your home, of your true home, life. We have an appointment with life. And that appointment with life takes place in the present moment. And if we miss the present moment, we miss our appointment with life, which is very serious. And many of us keep thinking about the future, keep thinking about the past, and sacrifice the present moment, which is the only moment when we can truly live. And this teaching, this practice, help us to live deeply every moment of our daily life. And the practice of mindful breathing, mindful walking, is very helpful. Intellectually, it's not difficult at all to understand all this. We know that the present moment is crucial, that we have to go home to the present moment in order to touch the wonders of life that are refreshing and healing and nourishing. But in order to do that, we need some training. Because our mind has already a habit of running to the future, or running to the past, especially to the future. We have the kind of fear, anxiety, that is pushing us to leave the present moment in order to go to the future. And therefore, we should train ourselves. And the communities that is there around us is a big help. Because in the community there are those who are experienced in the practice. When they walk in such a way that can help them to be alive in the present moment. They walk in such a way that can radiate peace and joy. And when we see a person walking like that, we are motivated to do the same. And suddenly our steps become more peaceful, more free, and more solid. And we enjoy more every step we take. Walking meditation is a very wonderful way, a pleasant way to learn how to live deeply every moment of your life, your daily life. Because in walking meditation, every step brings you home to the here and the now. You are walking, but you already arrived. Where do you arrive? I arrive in the here and the now. That is my address. That is the address of my true home. That is the address of the Pure Land, or the Kingdom of God. So every step bring me home to the Pure Land, to the Kingdom of God, to the here and the now. And in that kingdom, in that Pure Land, in the here and the now, there are many refreshing, healing, and nourishing elements that I need to be in touch with. In walking meditation, we combine our breath with our steps. There is the practice of slow walking that you use when you are alone, especially when you are a beginner. When you take one in-breath, you make only one step, and you may say, I have arrived. I have arrived should not be a declaration or a statement. I have arrived should be a realization. You breathe in and you make one step, and you say silently, I have arrived. And you know that you truly arrive. Arrive where? Arrive in the here and the now. The one who doesn't practice is always running. They have run all their life. Their parents may have run all their life, and now the habit has become theirs, and we continue to run. We have never been able to stop and to enjoy every step we make. We should learn how to walk like a free person, free from the past, free from the future, free from our projects, our anger. And walking in freedom like that can bring us a lot of healing and joy and nourishment. I have arrived. Bring your attention to the sole of your feet. Touch the ground with mindfulness as if you are kissing the earth. You invest 100% of your mind and your body into making a step. I have arrived. And if you are able to truly arrive, you know. You don't need a Buddha to tell you that you have arrived or not. If you have truly arrived, the energy of running in you cannot push you anymore. And you enjoy making a step. You are a free person. You walk like a Buddha. I have arrived. I don't run anymore. That is an act of revolution. And then breathing out, you make another step. I am home. I have arrived. I am home. And you make a footstep on the ground. And if I look deeply into your footstep, which is something like a seal, I can recognize that you have truly arrived. You are feeling truly at home. So the practice should be true, should be successful. And if you make one step, saying, I have arrived, but you have not arrived to 100%, don't make another step. Stay in that position until you truly arrive before you make another step. You are your own teacher. You should be your own teacher. Suppose you have a distance of 10 meters to walk. You start from this rock and you like to arrive at that tree. And you want every step that you make from here to there should be successful, should be a successful step, a mindful step. And you arrive by each step. I have arrived. I'm home. Silence yourself. And with concentration, with 100% of your body and your mind, you succeed in making each step. And that is to train yourself in the beginning. I have arrived. I am home. And you repeat that until you truly arrive to truly home. And you may like to try another sentence. In the here, in the now. In the here, in the now. You touch the here, you touch the now with your feet. And believe me, the kingdom of God is in the here and the now. The pure land of the Buddha is also. If you are capable of touching the here and the now, you touch the kingdom of God. And you touch the pure land of the Buddha. A good practitioner always enjoy walking in the pure land of the Buddha every day, in the kingdom of God every day. For his or her healing, nourishment, and joy. In the here, in the now. In the here, in the now. And then I feel solid. I am free. Solidity and freedom are the very foundation of true happiness. If you are not solid, if you keep being pulled away by the past, by the future, by your project, by your worries, you are not solid. You are not really established in the here and the now. Solidity means you are well established in the here and the now. You are free. Free from the sorrow concerning the past. Free from the fear concerning the future. Solid and free. That these solidity and freedom are the things that we cultivate by the practice. I am solid, I am free. And that is not auto-suggestion. That's not wishful thinking. That is a realization. Because if you can make a step that is that can touch the here and the now, you are free from the past, you are free from the future, you are not pulled away, and that is why you are solid and free. And every step should help us cultivate more solidity and more freedom. And that those of us who can walk like that, when you see them walking, you can see their joy, their solidity, their freedom. They walk like a Buddha. And every one of us has the capacity of walking like a Buddha. We can walk with the Buddha's feet. I have arrived. I am home. In the here, in the now. I am solid. I am free. In the kingdom of God, I dwell. In the pure land of the Buddha, I dwell. Or in the ultimate, I dwell. I don't know whether the Sangha has memorized the song. Shall we sing together? I have arrived. excellent. When we walk with the community, every day we have a walking meditation together. We will not practice slow walking like that. We walk in a very natural way, not too slow. And when we breathe in, we may make more than one step, 2 or 3 steps. I have arrived. I'm home. Your in-breath may go with 2 steps. I have arrived. It might go with, your out-breath might go with 2 steps. I am home and I am home. Always bring your attention to the contact between your foot and the ground. And walking like that can heal yourself and can heal the earth at the same time. I have arrived. I enjoy. I'm home. I feel wonderful. In the here. I'm really in the now. And we walk like that. But you don't have to follow all the song. If you like, I have arrived, I'm home, that's enough. If you like, you can change into in the here and the now, and then I am solid, I am free. But if you don't like to all the 4 lines, you just use the first line. And we walk in such a way that the ground, the place, become the kingdom of God, the Pure Land of the Buddha. Because the collective energy of mindfulness is wonderful. It can create, it can reveal the kingdom of God. It can reveal the Pure Land of Buddha right away in the here and the now. And we walk like a river. We walk like an organism. Every one of us is a cell in a body. And there is harmony. There is a brotherhood, sisterhood. There is a togetherness. And we move along like an organism, like a river. And the collective power of mindfulness and of joy will penetrate into every one of us for our transformation and healing. In Deer Park, the snakes and the rabbits, the coyotes, they are used to our practice of walking meditation. They like it. They are not afraid of us at all. Because walking like that, we radiate the energy of compassion, of peace. And I think we believe that the vegetation, the rocks also feel that. They receive the energy of peace and compassion for our walking. So walking like that, you heal yourself and you help heal the environment at the same time. When you practice sitting, you can use that verse also. I have arrived, I'm home. Tomorrow morning, the first thing we do is sitting. We don't have too many sittings in this retreat. There will be a morning when we wake up and then we climb the mountain and we do some sitting on the mountain and we have breakfast there. And sitting should be a joy. Sitting should not be hard labor. And you sit in such a way that you feel happy, relaxed, joyful all the way through. In order to do that, consider sitting as an opportunity to enjoy your presence and the presence of the Sangha, of the earth, of the sky, of the cosmos. We don't have to make any effort. We just allow us to be there in the sitting position. We might like to sit on a chair or on a cushion. We might sit in the lotus position or whatever position we feel in which we feel comfortable. And the purpose of sitting is to be really there in the here and the now, and to offer our presence to the Sangha who is sitting with us. And we should allow our body to relax. We are not fighting, we are not struggling in our sitting. We allow all the muscles in our body to relax. When there are those who feel pain all over their body after 15 minutes of sitting meditation, because they make so much effort to sit, to succeed in the sitting meditation. The same people can sit 2 hours to watch television and don't feel any pain. So why do we have to fight like that in order to suffer like that? So we just allow ourselves to be relaxed, like when we sit and watch television. We may like to watch our in-breath and out-breath. It's very interesting to watch our in-breath and out-breath, to recognize them. Every time there is a feeling coming up, we recognize that, we look deeply at that. Every time there is a thought arising, we identify it, we recognize it. So there is a film also inside that is running, and we can recognize that. And it will be very, very interesting. We can learn a lot from observing what is going on in our body and in our mind during the sitting meditation. But I think that for beginners, sitting like that is to give us a chance to do nothing to do at all. We just enjoy sitting and enjoy breathing in and out. Breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I smile to life in me and around me. You know, being alive is a miracle. During the 20th century, 100 million people perished because of the war. And now people continue to die in the war, in the conflicts, by natural disasters. We continue to die because of alcohol, of drugs, of accidents on the highway, and so on. And so many young people commit suicide every day. In France, every day about 34, 35 young people kill themselves. It's a miracle to be alive. And our mindful in-breath help us to realize the miracle that we are still alive. And we can smile to life, which is a wonder. And if we know how to live peacefully, happily, we will become an instrument of peace. We can help build our family, our community, and bring harmony and reconciliation to the world. Breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I smile to life. And I realize that to be alive is a miracle. Just sitting there and enjoy your in-breath, enjoy your out-breath is already happiness. Since you are breathing in and out, you know that you are alive. And that is worth a celebration. So sitting meditation is a way to celebrate life. And you celebrate with your in-breath and your out-breath. And you can smile. It's important to allow your body to relax completely. And the purpose of sitting is just to enjoy sitting. Don't try to become a Buddha, no. Just enjoy sitting and accept yourself, accept you as you are. Even if there is some tension in the body, some pain in the heart, you accept yourself like that. And with the energy of mindfulness of breathing, you embrace your body, you embrace your mind. And allow yourself to be in a relaxed position. And learn to enjoy your in-breath and out-breath. Breathing in, I have arrived. I don't want to run anymore. Breathing out, I feel at home. My true home is in the here and the now. And you feel that you are free. You are solid, you are free. And if necessary, you can breathe in and out according to the music, with the music of the sound, and you smile. And by doing so, you contribute to the collective energy of the Sangha. And that collective energy of the Sangha will penetrate in each one and help each one to transform and to heal. So sitting meditation is for the joy of sitting. We should not struggle, we should not fight. We sit in such a way that we feel the joy of sitting. And in order to succeed, we need mindful breathing. Because mindful breathing brings our mind back to our body and help the body to release the tension. One day, the president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, came to visit Mr. Mitterrand, president of France. And the press asked him what he would like to do the most. He said, "What I want to do the most? Sit down and do nothing." Because he had been so busy. When I hear him saying that, I was not sure that if we give him a weekend or 1 week to relax, we are not sure that he can sit down and do nothing. Because sit down and do nothing does not seem to be does not seem to be that easy. If you are so used to be doing something with your mind, with your body, and then sit down to do nothing, might be very difficult. And sitting meditation is just sit down and do nothing. And that is why we need some training in order to be successful in our sitting. Sitting is to stop everything altogether, to allow ourselves to be in the here and the now, to enjoy the fact that we are alive. And that is why mindful breathing helps bring our mind back to our body, bring harmony and peace to ourselves, and help to release the tension not only in our body but in our feelings. And thanks to other practitioners who have more experience, we can follow the stream easily, just like in the case of walking. We should allow ourselves to be embraced by the Sangha, the community. Even if we still have pain and sorrow and fear in us, allow that sorrow, that fear, that pain, to be embraced by the community. Dear community, I have blocks of pain and sorrow and fear in me. Please help embrace that. That is the practice of going as a river. And you allow the collective energy of the Sangha to embrace you. And you suffer less, you feel more, you feel lighter. And in the sitting position, like in a walking meditation, we feel at ease, we feel easy to do it. Because we need the time, we need the occasion in order to practice deeply our mindful breathing and walking. And that is why we observe what we call noble silence. Because if we talk a lot, we will not have the time and energy to go deep in our practice of breathing or walking. So observing noble silence is to help oneself and to help the community to go deep into the practice. Because I want to invest 100% of my body and mind into every step, into every breath. And that's why talking will be an obstacle for that. And this is not the kind of silence that is oppressive. This is a kind of silence that is very eloquent. You are very alive. And you are emitting a lot of energy of the practice. So everyone is nourished and protected by that kind of noble silence, which characterizes a good community of practice. And at least we should keep complete, perfect silence until after breakfast. And if you need to say something, you say it briefly. And what is not necessary, we should not. There will be time for Dhamma discussions, and we are encouraged to share our insight in our practice. But outside of that, noble silence is recommended throughout the retreat. When we sit down for breakfast is an opportunity to practice. When you pick up a piece of bread, you look at it for 1 second with mindfulness in order to realize that this is a piece of bread. If we are thinking, if we are absorbed into our thinking, we would not know that this is a piece of bread. We do it automatically. But with mindfulness, you realize that this is a piece of bread. And this is, in this piece of bread is the sunshine, the cloud, the earth. Is really an ambassador sent to us by the cosmos. It's mindful before we put it into our mouth. And mindfully we chew the piece of bread. We are in touch with the cosmos. We are real, and a piece of bread is real. In that moment, there is true life. But if we are thinking all the time, well, we are not real, and the piece of bread is not real either. That is why mindfulness helps us to be truly present and help life to be truly present for us. When we drink our soy milk, we are aware that we are drinking mindfulness of drinking. And that is a miracle. There is a contact between you and milk. And every morsel of the breakfast should be eaten in that way. It is a miracle that I am here and that that piece of bread comes to me to nourish me. And in our breakfast, we do not think of anything. We just focus our attention on the food and on the brothers and sisters sitting with us. And we eat our breakfast in such a way that we remain a free person. We should eat our breakfast in such a way that make freedom and joy possible during the whole time of breakfast eating. Freedom means you are not pulled away by the past. You are not pulled away by the future. You are not pulled away by your projects, your worries. You are truly there with your friends, enjoying your breakfast. You invest entirely in your breakfast, in your breakfast eating, and that is why you are free, and there is a joy. And eating breakfast like that is nourishing not only to the body, for the body, but also for the mind. Eating is a true practice, a deep practice, and we can take the time in order to eat. It's okay to take the number of time in order to enjoy our breakfast or our lunch, because there is really nothing to do except life to be lived deeply, and that is our training. I think that this is enough for tonight. We have spoken about breathing, sitting, walking, eating breakfast, and normal silence. And tomorrow we have our first sitting. And I wish everyone a very beautiful, successful, joyful sitting. We shall not sit very long. And there will be guided meditation for us to enjoy more our sitting. Sleep well, please. We see each other tomorrow.